Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you this quick video of a 2-minute figure drawing that I did a little while back. And I wanted to share it with you and break down a little bit of the thinking that was happening while I was doing the drawing, because that's so much of what happens while we're drawing is not just the physical act, but what we're thinking about as we go. And particularly in shorter figure drawings, there's so much that happens so quickly in your head, all these quick little decisions that you're making. And I thought it would give you a little insight into how I might approach a drawing. Now, I'll show it twice. I'll show it once, just regular speed with no interruptions, just exactly how I did the drawing. And then I'll show it again and break down. I'll pause it occasionally and explain what I'm thinking as I'm drawing. So here I'm thinking about the angle from the top of the head to the heel, which is where the weight is. This is a quick horizontal line to represent the vertical midpoint. In a 2-minute drawing like this, I don't have time to measure where this is, so I'm making it big to remind myself I may need to move this line later and any of the relationships connected to this line. This is 2 quick circles to represent part of the mass of the pelvis and 1 quick line through them to remind myself that there's an angle to the pelvis. Now I've made a line between approximately where the hip joint is down to the ankle joint, and just trying to get a sense of the angle between these 2 joints. Just a quick line to indicate the angle from the heel to the front of the foot. This is a very faint line to indicate the angle between the right ankle joint and the left ankle joint. Even though there's nothing physically connecting these 2 ankle joints, it's really important to think about the relationship between them. And even more so, early on in a drawing, it can be very helpful and important to actually draw that relationship in. What is the angle between these 2 joints? And actually making a line to represent that. This little squiggle represents the ankle joint. It's a squiggle because I'm just drawing a circle very, very quickly. And a circle, when you're drawing in this mode, in this way, represents a mass that you may come back to later and adjust the size or position of, but just to remember that there's a mass of form in that particular location. This line is interesting. It represents the angle between the ankle joint and approximately where the hip joint would be. And I often find it useful, particularly in the legs and arms, to actually skip over joints and look at the relationships between two joints that aren't connected directly by form. And now I come back and draw the knee joint in and a quick line to indicate the angle between the knee joint and the hip joint. A line to represent the relationship between both of the knee joints, marking what's the angle between those. Quickly making the mass of the pelvis. Just a super quick line marking the center line of the torso, marking the mass of the rib cage. Drawing the three joints of the arm and the relationship between them. And note the quick line indicating the angle between the shoulder and the wrist, paying attention to this relationship even though they're not directly connected. And just another quick line indicating the general direction of the hand, thinking about the angle between the wrist and the middle finger. This is thinking about the angle of the neck by imagining inside the neck to the joint between the top of the spine and the base of the skull, the angle between that and the pit of the neck. And now roughing in the head, thinking about the overall tilt of the head. Now thinking about the angle of the center line of the head and the angle of the eyes. And now drawing in the leg by imagining the masses moving along the lines of relationship established before. And a little mistake here at the end when I looked away to look at the clock instead of looking from the ankle joint down to the mass of the toes. So that's a little bit of insight into my thinking while I'm doing a 2-minute figure drawing, and hopefully that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please comment below, or you can join my Discord server. And I also just wanted to give a quick thanks to the Pose Archives for making this, the reference for this particular drawing available for use online, and lots of other great poses available from them, so definitely check them out as well.